sorry about that. Just had to distract myself from my speech anxieties by displaying, self-affirmation through an external source of validation. So, proponents of social media say it's a tool. Well, a tool's effectiveness can be measured. Well, for a company like GoPro, some sort of political campaign, or a large corporation, yeah, the tool is extremely effective, and that's rather obvious. But if you're a consumer, well, most of us don't use social media the same way GoPro does, right? Correct. But it's still a tool. It's a tool used to addict you, to lower your self-esteem, to increase your rates of anxiety and depression, and to hijack your life, without you even knowing, all the while telling you it's doing the exact opposite. Growing up in the 21st century, I'm well versed in the internet. I was never alive without it. As a result, my perspective is a little bit tainted, but I can still see clearly that this is an epidemic. Social media is an addiction, and the platforms are drugs. So, it's time for society to establish limits on social media and establish means of rehabilitation for a growing amount of epidemic users that are completely unaware of their own addiction. So, take a look at this chart here. You'll see that the majority of social media users, well, they're pretty young, and that's intentional. You see, before social media, you could live a life without external validation. But it's much easier to convince individuals who never knew that you require it to live life to the most complete fulfillment. Don't believe me that you're addicted? Who knows the notifications in the top right corner of my screen? No good to uncheck? There you go. Feel better? Still need some proof? I got you. 45%. 45%. That's the number of teenagers who are diagnosed by that's represented by the Pew Research Center that are said to be constantly using the internet. By this means they're constantly distracted. So whenever they're idle, they take out their phones and look at them. Right? That means they're not thinking independently of the digital world in which they're occupied. This trend is growing. Over the years, the minutes just keep adding up. 2 hours a day on average staring at these screens. It's kind of absurd. So why is this happening? Well, it's pretty simple. You see, social media uses the same addictive techniques and tendencies as any recreational drug, or as any other dopamine-inducing circuit that provides you a reward. In fact, these social media sites hire experts to foster the development of new techniques to addict you every year. The Addiction Center actually lays it out for us pretty clearly. See, the Addiction Center, they say that, yeah, if you're a user of social media, you're 3 times more likely to develop a serious sense of anxiety and depression. And so, in a recent study done on media multitasking, which is where an individual, there's no restarting.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. Where an individual is focused on media and another task at the same time. It shows detrimental effects to your efficiency and to your mental health and well-being. In another study, it directly correlated happiness and efficiency to your media use. But the worst, most malignant effect of social media is yet to come. FOMO. Sounds like some crazy weird acronym, right? Yeah, you'd be correct. Sounds like it's almost like a hashtag on Instagram. Well, that's no coincidence. You see, FOMO is a new phenomenon that developed directly alongside social media. You see, FOMO refers to the fear of missing out. That's because what social media does is create a comparative life analysis. It's a destructive cycle. It makes whatever you're doing seem unfulfilling and not enough. For example, say, okay, you just decided, me and my girlfriend, we're going to have a night in and watch Netflix. You're sitting there, everything's good, that's exactly what you want to do. It's super fun. You're going to have a great time, right? And it's a perfect way to spend your evening. And then your phone buzzes. And just as you're trained, pull it out, check it, and oh, there's a party going on. Suddenly, what was once a fulfilling, enjoyable experience is Now, why am I here? Do I even like this person? I'm sitting inside all alone on Saturday. This is terrible, right? And that's reality of every time you open your phone, anytime you're doing anything. The reality of life is the most of it's mundane. In your pocket, those are all the highlights of 500 to 1,000 people's lives. And you're constantly comparing the mundane activities that you enjoy, that you previously enjoyed, to these highlights and excerpts from individual lives that are totally unrealistic and incredibly difficult to compare yourself to. In fact, it's gone so bad in an article in the Wall Street Journal, Facebook themselves actually admitted that social media can be extremely detrimental to your health. In the American news, we're able to actually link the types of Instagram filters individuals use to their moods to indicate aptitudes of depression. Now, what this represents is extremely significant. It means social media is not only influencing your mental health, it's representative of it. It's in your life and your mental and your state of your mental state is directly coordinated with your social media. And why is this? Well, Professor Gui, who teaches psychology here at Pepperdine, she's familiar with the test to the ideology of the cognitive triangle, which basically says that your behavior, your thoughts, and your actions are all intertwined and connected. And this is perfectly representative of social media. You see, social media, yeah, it influences your thoughts, which subsequently influence your actions, which are to go out and try and prove to the world that you're just as interesting as everyone else. But what it actually creates is this sort of narcissistic tendency to not enjoy the experiences that you're in, but simply to report to the world that you're completing as many experiences as possible. Now, in a study by the Maastricht University, it was actually revealed that your academic performance can suffer when you're overexposed to social media. Now, this is directly coordinated to the behavior triangle, and is simply adapted in this study in a new way. Now, the results from the Maastricht study were actually so shocking that we decided to conduct another one to see if there was any possibility of reversing the malignant effects of social media. Well, good news, there is. They found that if they provided a support group and a methodology for individuals to raise awareness of how social media is dictating their mental health and their lives, it enabled them to feel much happier and much more self-confident after a 2-week period. In a study by the University of Pennsylvania, in which individuals were restricted to 10 minutes of social media access per platform per day, the same results were indicated. So, how do we get rid of this? Social media addiction. Well, a digital detox. Disconnect to connect. What do I mean by this? Get rid of your social media. Not permanently, just for a week or two. Why? Because you'll notice you have symptoms of withdrawal. You're literally dependent on this drug of attention, of likes and hearts, and all these sorts of notifications that live in your pocket that gives you affirmation. Unfortunately, when you're dependent on this, it disallows you from experiencing real fulfillment and the activities you're supposed to enjoy. So becoming aware of the effects social media has on you as an individual is key. Now, in order to detox from the digital world, you're going to need support. Just like in any other rehabilitation program, friends and family are critical. So make sure that they're on board and that you're valid and that they respect your decision to detox from social media and they understand how critical it is to your mental health. So yeah, social media is a tool. It's a tool designed to distract you, to invalidate your life experiences, to make you feel unfulfilled and unproductive, and to increase levels of anxiety and depression. It's a comparative life analysis tool that detracts from your ability to enjoy the things that you once enjoyed because you're too busy taking pictures of them. You know what? It's time to disconnect from our phones and reconnect to reality.